Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Haji and I have 25 years of construction experience, and today I'm going to share with you 5 ways to increase your sales, to increase your online presence, and to win more bids, because that's the ultimate objective for a construction contractor. So let's get started. Number 1, your online presence. Being online is extremely important, and as you know, it's definitely the way to go if you're trying to grow your business, if you're trying to grow your audience, and ultimately win more bids. So you either need to have a website, you definitely need to have a presence on LinkedIn, which is a professional network. That makes sense. Twitter is also an avenue to increase your audience. Also Facebook, of course, and Instagram if possible. I'm not too big on Instagram as far as professional audience is concerned, but it's always good to have at least a Facebook account and have someone manage it, obviously, and also be responsive in case of inquiries. So the online presence is number 1. Number 2, being responsive. In the construction world, being responsive is probably one of the most important qualities that an organization can have. You have to be able to answer your calls, or if not, return your calls within 24 hours, I would say. As far as emails are concerned, responding to emails immediately really would be best, but at least within 3 to 4 hours, be able to respond to inquiries. Now, this is not always easy to achieve, obviously. So maybe having someone on staff who's able to do that for you would be advantageous. Otherwise, you would have to do that yourself. So if you're a construction contractor and you're trying to grow your business, if it's a solo business, you by yourself, definitely need to stay on top of being responsive and being reactive. I have that position as number 2 because your online presence, if done right, will entice people to reach out to you, whether it's to inquire about your services or to figure out a cost estimate, or just know if you're still in business and if you're able to do the job, to get the job done. Okay, so they may have technical questions, they may have questions about cost, or they may have questions about your availability, and also what type of construction work do you do, what type of trades are you involved in. So that's number 2. Being responsive is extremely important because you have to show that, hey, you're alive, you're still in business, you still can provide services, and also answer all the questions that they may have about your service. And that's how you build that one-on-one relationship. You don't even have to do anything as far as being responsive is concerned in terms of contacting the person. When someone contacts you, they're a potential customer. So it's very important to be reactive, to show that you have a pulse, and you're in business. Number 3, networking. Networking is key. In construction, most of the business that you gain in construction is based on relationships, and relationships only can actually be fostered through networking. So networking, how can you network? You have to attend events. So you have to attend seminars, conferences, webinars now with the pandemic. So you have to definitely reach out to stakeholders in the construction industry. You also have to build relationship with folks who are in your supply chain. So for example, if you're a painting contractor, it would be good to build a relationship with local drywall contractors, because what does that mean? In the chain of construction, installation of drywalls typically is followed by painting. So those trades that come before you in the construction cycle, it's great to have a relationship with those contractors because it will give you an opportunity to win bids and put a bid on that job in order to win that contract. So that's a great avenue to gain jobs. So having relationship with similar contractors or contractors who may be able to provide you with leads, building relationship with GCs who may need your services, and whether You know, you're a concrete contractor, a steel contractor, a painter, a drywall contractor, mechanical or electrical or plumbing, whichever trade. GCs rely heavily on subcontractors, and whatever work, whatever project they have, they need a reliable cost estimate on each trade, and sometimes they're able to calculate those trades, but on bid day they actually have to have solid numbers from contractors, from preferably local contractors. So in your local area, in your geographical area, you need to get in touch with all of these general contractors, all of these contractors, or all of these potential customers. So networking is really important. And number four is a little bit tied into number three, right? And number four is registering as a supplier, registering as a contractor in various lists. So a lot of contractors on their website, which is why it's good to have an online presence. So going into the general contractor's website, they allow subcontractors to register in their portal. So they have a portal for suppliers and subcontractors. You have to make sure that if you're a subcontractor in any area, or depending on your side, you could be a local, you could be regional, you could be statewide, you could be nationwide. You have to make sure that you register as a subcontractor with those potential partners. So it's a really simple process. There's an online form to fill out. You give them their information. You provide them with the type of work that you do, what trade that you're in, or what trades that you're in, as well as all the services that you provide. And they also ask questions such as, are you bonded? Are you licensed? So depending on what trade you are, some trades require for you to be licensed and bonded. So if you are, great. If you're not, you need to work on it and make sure that you're able to qualify for as many opportunities as possible. So registering as a supplier. So you do that with general contractors. You do that with other contractors that you could partner with. And you could also do that with local city, local municipalities, state procurement networks, as well as federal websites that typically try to procure construction services and products. So you have to be visible, basically, as a construction contractor. There's a lot of competition in some trades. There's a lot of competition in some regions, in some cities. But being strategic in the way that you work and being agile in able to get yourself in front of everyone else makes a big difference. And also, a lot of construction professionals, they're great at what they do, but they're not able to demonstrate that they're great at what they do. So that's really important. So if you're a construction professional, you definitely have to work on not only your craft, but on your ability to explain to crowds, especially non-construction folks, what you do and what value can you bring to them, as a partner. Okay, so developing that relationship with owners, with clients, with potential customers is essential, is key. So you have to make sure you do that from the get-go. And number 5, kind of tie into what I just spoke about, which is demonstrating your knowledge. You have to be able to demonstrate that you're knowledgeable in what you do, that you are amongst the best in what you do, and having you in the team would be an advantage, a competitive advantage. The construction world is a very competitive world. We're always trying to build faster, cheaper, and more efficiently. And with the infusion of technology and innovation, we're able to to realize great projects, incredible projects. So let's say, for example, you're a concrete contractor, you have to be able to know some of the basics of concrete technology. Know that It takes 20 days for concrete to reach its peak strength, as well as, typically concrete foundations between the strength of concrete for foundations between 3 to 5,000 psi. You have to be able to know those things. What is a mix of concrete? What percentage of sand? What percentage of cement? What percentage of aggregates is in it? You have to know a little bit about the additives. So you have to know basically the basic techniques, basic materials, basic means and methods, in order to be able to articulate your knowledge with clients and, be able to answer questions that they may have. So definitely being able to communicate with potential customers, potential partners, and other stakeholders in the construction industry is extremely important. And there's a lot more content that I would like to share in the future. So please subscribe to my channel. And it's a new process, so be patient with me, and I'll be continuing to put some great content, hopefully, for you in the next future.